Today we come to you from the western Indian state of Gujarat, from the Sardar Patel Stadium in Motera, Ahmedabad. It's getting warmer by the day here in India as we travel to the western region of India to Motera in Ahmedabad, and this is New Zealand taking on Zimbabwe. The sun is out, it's a day game, so it's a pretty early start for the players, but you can see gorgeous weather conditions and a crowd that can be quite excitable. In this part, they've witnessed a lot of international cricket over the years, and of course New Zealand not very convincing in their last match against Australia.
No, they've got a lot of work to do today, Sanjay Mandrake. And the Kiwis, they'll be up for this game. It's a must-win game for both sides to really get into this tournament for 2011. And arriving here. Day game, I think the Kiwis will like this. Saw some of them at the hotel earlier this morning, and they were raring to go.
Off we go.
Heads is the call. It is heads.
It's heads. Elton, you win. What are you going to do?
I'm going to bat first. It looks like a good dry wicket, so we just have to make sure we put runs on the board and make use of our spinners in the second half of the innings.
You don't mind bowling first?
We would look to have a bat. I think it probably suits us as well, but we've got a chance now first thing in the morning, and we've got to bowl well because Zimbabwe played pretty well in their last game, so we know it's going to be a really tough game.
Lots of practice and the time off. It was quite a bit of it.
Yeah, that's the nature of this tournament. We have a lot of downtime and you've got to make the most of it. Unfortunately, the facilities here are amazing and we've been able to work pretty hard, so we should come into this game pretty well rested but ready to go.
As far as your record in the subcontinent is concerned, the last couple of years hasn't been so good. Does that affect you coming into a tournament like this?
Well, I think it plays a little bit of a part in your confidence, but I think we've tried to stress that what's been, and we've got to get on with this game, and we're not playing the subcontinent team in this particular game, so we've got to get up for it and take it as a neutral venue. It's an important game for both teams, but we're definitely up for it.
Your team?
One change from the last game. Kyle Mills comes in for Jamie Howe.
Good luck today then.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
So the story from the middle is that Elton Chigumbura won the toss and decided Zimbabwe will bat first.
And no surprise really with that decision. A team that has spinners would want to bowl second in the afternoon because under lights, if it's a day-night match, there's not much help for the spinners. Just the one or couple of changes in that Zimbabwe team. Regis Chakabwa comes in and also Panyangara, and out go Sean Williams and Mpofu, and both because of injuries, so replacements forced on Zimbabwe.
And New Zealand just with that one change, and good to see Kyle Mills. He's in for Jamie Howe, and with New Zealand bowling first, that's not a bad thing. They've got some good seam merchants there in terms of Mills, Southey and Bennett, and they've got a nice little balance with a bit of spin with McCullum and Vittori, and you throw Styrus into that mix as well. It's a nicely balanced side, the Black Caps, for today.
Yeah, if anything, Brendan Taylor just early on tends to play maybe a little too square around that front pad. And on that occasion, Kyle Mills just a little too straight. But it was a similar sort of delivery against Canada that trapped him in front, RBW, just in no man's land and playing across the front pad, trying to play too square. And I know that's something that he has been working in the nets with the batting coach, Grant Flower, just to maybe try and hit it a little straighter early on, which is a good method against the new ball.
Ball coming on nicely to the bat. That last ball, just the way it sort of met the bat, the way it hit the bat, get the feeling the pace is nice on this pitch. Umpires for today's game, of course, a familiar figure of Marais Erasmus from South Africa, who is at the media center end. And we've got from Pakistan, one of the frontline umpires, the ICC panel, Alimdar. Good delivery, good length and some movement in the air, but again you can see the pace on the pitch. No problems driving that towards the mid-off.
Looks an absolute beauty, doesn't it? Those first three balls. And yes, there was a bit of outward movement, and I think with the new ball generally and particularly in morning conditions. And there's a look at the surface, and it just looked a beautiful deck this morning. And yeah, very good bowler, just above medium pace. They're going to have to run. Oh, I tell you what, that's out. That's to the naked eye. I think that he's maybe just a little short here, Charles Coventry. were definitely going to go upstairs, but there was no dive, so he at some point thought that it was under control, and we'll just have to wait and see, but this is going to be very close indeed.
Hamish Bennett on the ball, very quickly directed, which means the fielding side always in business. Alim Dar took his time actually, going towards the third umpire, so the fielders were a little tense for a while. Brilliant. Throwing off balance, and this is going to be very close. Just when the ball hits and the bail is completely out of the groove, that's when you've got to see that bat in relation to the line. Yeah, he looks short. So it's another horrid start for Zimbabwe.
That is unbelievably poor running. I can't stress that enough. There was no urgency, not even a dive. He was turning his head away at the last minute as well. And no doubt about that. He is short of his ground, Charles Coventry. And his nightmare form in this tournament continues. Not the start that Zimbabwe would have wanted, but just the start New Zealand would have hoped for. Charles Coventry gone for none. Zimbabwe now 2 for 1.
It's gone fine, and it's gone quickly down to the fine leg boundary for a 4. First runs of the bat for Zimbabwe.
Lovely shot. It was up in the slot, but it still had to be put away. And Tatenda Taibu needed no second invitation. Found the gap, and as soon as it did that, it was able to get to the boundary for 4. Well, for a totally Zimbabwean perspective now, I'm joined in the box by Pobolelo Mbangwa.
Good shot this, up in the slot to half volley. All he had to do was make sure he beat the man at short cover, and he did that quite easily. Just pulling the length back. Carl Mills, generally when he bowls for New Zealand, bowling up front, does a decent job, certainly in his first spell. More often than not, he'll be economical. Just looks to hit a decent length and keep it pretty straight, and if there's anything in the air or off the pitch, it makes it a bit difficult for the batsman. Oh, hello. Interesting shot. It's got 4. It followed and got closer than he expected it to. Brendan Taylor, he likes to play that shot, but perhaps a bit close for comfort.
What's it called? The uppercut. And he's tried it. He does practice it and executes it pretty well. But you're right, it did follow him. And, tell you what they're going to name that. Because it's a mixture of quite a few of those. The scoop shot, there it is. There's the uppercut. Well, all's well that ends well, and it did go for 4, but it looked pretty ungainly for a period of time there.
Yeah, I think his worry was that it might have gone towards fine leg. He kept looking back, wondering if fine leg could get to it, and it wasn't just a little deflection. That carried on with the pace and off to the fence. It went quite a long way up into the air because he does hit it up. It's off the edge rather than the face. And yep, just for a little bit he worried.
Yeah, it was off that inside edge, wasn't it? That's what made it go leg side and towards the fine leg. And if it had come off the middle of the bat, it would have gone straight over the keeper's head. Very enterprising stuff from Taylor.
It's content to just see the decent balls out. And the approach of some teams is to be aggressive up front to put the heat on the bowler. And Zimbabwe's approach is kind of the other way, where a little bit of survival at the start really, and just take what you're given and then look to build on that and increase the scoring rate from there.
I think Taylor's brief is just to bat. He's a good enough player just to get in and set his stall out and try and bat through the innings. Coventry's job is the bloke that has to go after the bowling and really hasn't clicked this tournament. And again, Tatenda Taibu is very important to Zimbabwe's cause. There's the desperation, there's the dive. Probably wasn't such a good signal, but he got it in the end. A big dive from Brendan Taylor sees him home. 23 for 1.
In the air, straight. Oh, put it down. He's put it down. A simple catch, and it's the skipper.
Oh, it's an absolute dolly. Daniel Vettori has been struggling physically of late. He's always had a bad back, but no excuses here. An absolute dolly. He might have thought it was hit hard. It wasn't. Perfect catching height. And Vettori would take that 99 times out of 100. That's the time he didn't.
That'll be out. That's out. Hit right in front. They're talking about referring it, but I tell you what, I reckon it would be a waste of time. Might just be on the basis that as an important batsman, Tatenda Taibu is probably looking like he's saying, no, I don't want to refer it. I'm dead. I'm right in front. And Brendan Taylor saying, you're a big player for us. In the end, he's referred it, but expectation is that it would be stone dead. The ball before hits it straight up in the air to the opposition skipper in his job. No trouble with the no ball. Right behind the line, no trouble. It's full. No edge at all. He's missed it. Got absolutely nothing on it, playing around it, looking to go onto the onside. And that's smashing into the stumps. Well, not quite smashing into it, but it's hitting him in line. I'd say smashing actually, but there you go. Confirmation then that Tatenda Taibu is out. Zimbabwe have lost a second wicket. Gone for 8. It's 27 for 2.
Nicely driven. Yeah, much needed boundary. Squirted away for 4. Yeah, just as we look at that boundary again, New Zealand at this stage usually of a tournament, everyone's saying watch out for New Zealand. They could go, they could progress. Why haven't they been playing the cricket that we're used to from New Zealand? What's slightly wrong? Because the players on paper still looks a very good, very experienced side. If you put one thing on it, what's been different from New Zealand recently?
I think confidence. One of the major things that when you're getting beaten up regularly on the subcontinent, you lack confidence. There's the first 10 overs. It's been pretty slow from Zimbabwe, but good bowling from New Zealand. Yeah, I mean, you'll know Nasser well enough that confidence is one of those things that breeds through a team. And the unfortunate thing about this New Zealand side is that they had that bad situation in Bangladesh. They came to India, got thumped here. It just hasn't got any better pre-Christmas. They came back in the warm-up game and they looked all right. I guess they were happy with their performance against Ireland. But having said that, Ireland still scored 270 against them. Smashed away and gone. Well, it's in the air, and it was Jesse Ryder, I think, the man at backward point. He's taken a very good catch in the end, and Mills has picked up his first wicket.
And the plans work. We're talking about the Damien Martin theory of getting hit to his strength and having catches there, and that's exactly what's happened. Good work from Mills, good work from Ryder, excellent from Vettori. Lots of catches there, straight at Ryder. He's got a good set of hands. Irvine's gone for 11, Zimbabwe 42 for 3.
Hamish Bennett into his second over. Quick single, this is a chance as well. Hits! No, the dive, I think the dive has saved Chigumbura here. It's a good piece of work, Martin Guptill it is. You don't want to take him on too often, but I think he might be safe. As Danny Morrison joins me in the commentary box. Morning to you, Danny. What do you think here?
Howdy, Simon. Morning all. Yes, this is another risky single. Saw Coventry run himself out. No, I think you're right, Dooley. I think the dive is just enough. Sometimes you often see the blade up in the air, don't you? And it's over the line but up in the air and you get given run out. But this one, he's safe. So, again, Zimbabwe batsman flirting with danger.
Advancing down the wicket straight away, and he's given him big appeal, and I think they're going to challenge. He's advanced down the wicket, so we're going to get into this territory again of the 2.5 metres. And what does it say? Was there any turn? There's angle from Vittori. Have a look at the no ball. That's no problem at all there. Got to look at where this ball is pitched. Has it turned? Is there an edge? No edge at all there. It's inside of that pad, so it's very close. It's pitched around about middle and off stump, maybe off stump. It's going on, but he's a long way down. It's, I would say, 3 metres down. Where's it pitching? Middle and off. Straightening and hitting. That is... Well, it's going to be upheld, the decision. It's been given out originally. It's hitting the middle of leg stump, so it shouldn't be a problem. Murray Erasmus will raise the finger again, and Zimbabwe will lose their 4th wicket. Danny.
Yep, skipper strikes Vittori early up against his opposite, and so the 4th one goes down. Elton Chikumbura, he's gone for a single, and Zimbabwe are now 46 for 4, and it's time for a drink. Oh, gone, is he? Outside edge, and just like that, Dan the man Vittori has got 2 wickets in his first over.
Superb catch, Ross Taylor. One-handed, was a bit of flight, perhaps a touch of turn. He's gone hard at the ball as Chikova, and absolutely superb from Ross Taylor. Tried to drive it, was too wide. Second ball up, right mitt out, and it's stuck. Vittori has got 2, and Chikova's just faced a couple of deliveries. He's out for naught, and Zimbabwe now 46 for 5.
It's a skidder to finish the over. 58 for 5. He's gone over the top. Not powerfully hit, but hit well enough for a boundary.
There's Greg Lamb just going through his mind, thinking it's going to be slightly up on my pads. I'm going to have to hoist it away with a bit of bottom hand. That's precisely what he did. Nice stroke. And, good percentage. Big open spaces. This is a decent sized venue. Lots of wide open spaces through that mid-wicket region. Long on, long off. There is a long on for Styrus to land.
Jamie Howe was on the field. Maybe still on the field. Nathan McCullum was the man who was off the field, because this is, I think, the ideal stage to have spin from both ends. Oh, this should be close and given.
And on this occasion, it's the off spinner. And yeah, I don't think you can have many complaints about that. Brendan Taylor hits him in front of middle stump and probably would have gone on to hit halfway up Midland leg. So Zimbabwe now, well, they lose their big player. Brendan Taylor gone for 44, 86 for 6.
Oh, run out here. Back, and Vittori, has he got there? It was good back flick from Martin Guptill. That was a reverse flick from him back to Vittori at the bowler's end. I've got a feeling the batsman might be safe. He might have got enough time because the throw was a little wayward Vittori had to move a long way back to the stumps. It was good work from Guptill. Picks the ball up, flicks it backhand. Has he got back? No, he hasn't. Terrific work. Absolutely outstanding from Guptill and Vittori.
Yeah, just when you're under the cosh and nothing's going your way, you have a dismissal like that, and I suppose that just sums up what we're talking about. Sold down the river by his partner, and Greg Lamb, well, he's making his way disconsolately back to the pavilion, and he should be, because Zimbabwe have lost their 7th wicket now, and Lamb has to make his way to the showers for 89 for 7.
Outside edge and gone. Just a little faint one through to Brendan McCallum, and Kramer's got to go.
It's a good line it is from Carl Mills. Just got it further up as well, and Graham Creamer felt that he could drive through the offside. Just a simple catch to keeper McCullum, and Mills gets wicket number 8 for New Zealand. Zim 122 for 8.
Hamish Bennett back into the attack. Cut away for 4.
100 comes up for Zimbabwe with a beautiful shot. Just a little bit of width offered. He threw his hands at the ball. It's good batting.
Outside edge and gone. Just a little faint one through to Brendan McCallum, and Kramer's got to go.
It's a good line it is from Carl Mills. Just got it further up as well, and Graham Creamer felt that he could drive through the offside. Just a simple catch to keeper McCullum, and Mills gets wicket number 8 for New Zealand. Zim 122 for 8. In the air, it's not quite carried. Looking to cut that away. Raymond Price, and very nearly carried to third man. Seemed not to pick it up for a time, and then started to go forward. Bennett's the man down there, and just didn't get there.
Great work, great work. Martin Guptill, it has to be. Haven't even seen it, but it is. There he is. You know, if there's a brilliant piece of fielding, it's not going to be far from him. Outstanding work. That's in the air, and it'll be away for 4. Past Hamish Bennett, and a good shot brings up a boundary. Zimbabwe 142 for 8.
9 off that over. It's best for Zimbabwe in this innings. He's come back over the wicket, just went with the tie a little bit. Mutaza just went with it, just flicked it. In control, and a lovely little stroke. Bennett, no chance.
That is swung away, and powerfully. Down the ground for 4.
Good intent. Tussa, he goes to 28 with this. Nice use of the feet. See how that length delivery. And he said, I'll have some of that. And uses his feet quite nicely.
And Prosper Sayer in the last over, 2 good hits down the ground. So, yeah, very good surface. And there's another good shot. Just gives himself a bit of room, Prosper Sayer. And once it gets through the infield, this is a very pure outfield indeed, and gets there no trouble at all.
And Nathan McCullum diving away to his left, couldn't pick it up. The timing was superb. Almost under the hand. It's full from Southey. That might be out, and it is. Murray Erasmus says that is straight and hitting middle and leg perhaps. So Tim Southey strikes.
Yeah, he gets it to go Irish a little bit when the ball gets older, does Tim Southey on this occasion. Very straight. Zimbabwe have no referrals left, and Raymond Price cannot ask for it to go upstairs. But I don't think he would have had much joy, because I think that you're right, Dooley, that's cannoning into Midland leg stump halfway up. So a really good piece of bowling by Tim Southey at the end. That's where you want to be against tail-enders. Ray Price gone for 11. Zimbabwe now 157 for 9. Another appeal, but a wicket maiden to end the 45th, 157 for 9.
New Zealand are thinking about referring this. They just have, actually. They're going to a referral. They have one left.
Wow, take that. Change in the field, and what has happened is he's dispatched him over mid-on. Absolute ripper of a shot from Panyangara.
Well, it's poor bowling. Hasn't bowled to his field at all there, Hamish Bennett. Fine leg and third man go back. Deep backward squares back. Bowl it short. It's the only option. Bowl a bouncer. So it's a poor option. It's a length ball. We saw too many of those from the English bowlers when they got it wrong. That was an interesting option. I'll tell you what, Alistair, I never played one of those or even attempted it.
Grievous bodily harm comes to mind, Dooley. And well, I've seen him practicing these in the nets, Prosper Sayer, and trying to play like the reverse flick. Third man up in the circle. So obviously trying to get some bat on it to get it to either side of him, or if there's enough pace on the ball, get it over him. Because fine leg is back.
Well, that's the problem with premeditating, though, because that was another length ball. Should have gone back over the bowler's head. Bowled him this time, though. Straight through him. Got it full, got the Yorker in. Good bowling, Southey. And he's picked up another wicket. 3 for Tim Southey. 3 for 29 he will finish with. Absolutely outstanding effort from the New Zealand bowlers, and they dismiss Zimbabwe for 162. So the run rate just 3.5. Zimbabwe. Taylor was impressive with his 44 from 57, but only Irvine and Lamb of the top 7-8 players reached double figures, and then Utsaya and Creamer, the partnership down the bottom. Prosper Utsaya finally the last man out for 36. This was the last wicket. It was full, tailing in, and just cannoned into leg stump. Prosper Utsaya disappointed. And he'd done a good job to get Zimbabwe to 162 when it looked like it could be a lot worse. So the New Zealand bowlers, 2 for 29 Mills, 3 for 29 Southey. No wickets for Hamish Bennett, 2 for 25 Daniel Vittori. Scotty Styris with 1 for 13 from just 4 overs, and 5 overs between Nathan McCullum and Jesse Ryder. All out for 162 in just 46.2 overs. New Zealand will only need to chase a fairly moderate target in this match, just 163 at 3.26 runs per over. Almost set to go for New Zealand's chase in this Group A match. Martin Guptill is out in the middle, and he will be opening the batting with Brendan McCullum. Guptill will face the first ball. starting to fashion a pretty good record. Strike rate of 82, which is good. Average just under 35 in his 45 innings. 100 and 9 50s. That 100 came on debut against the West Indies at Eden Park in Auckland. Brendan McCullum as his opening partner. And his average just under 30, strike rate of just under 90. And now opening the batting again. This New Zealand side. Paniangara to open up. Good start for him. It's his line and his length right early. It's been 6 years since he's played. He played as a 19-year-old in 2005. Back in the Zimbabwe side. Danny Morrison is alongside me. I'm working you pretty hard today, Danny.
Oh, you got to love it. Loving it here in Gujarat. And it's on the legs, and you don't bowl there to anyone, let alone Martin Guptill. And the first scoring stroke is a boundary. So New Zealand underway in positive fashion. Yeah, I'm interested to see how this goes, Dooley. There's a bit of shape and a bit of swing. See if it is there. Certainly not so much off the pitch, but just in the air. Saw a little bit from Mills and Southey. But if you're going to get into there, you're going to go that sort of treatment every time. High arm action. Lovely stroke. Clean and as crisp as you like. It's gone all the way for the maximum. So we've seen a boundary and now a 6. First 6 of the match, and it's the 94th of this World Cup.
This is Guptill's wheelhouse. Straight back past the bowler, whether it's along the ground or in the air. He holds the pose and hopes that the camera's got the shot, as it was sweet. And again, this time along the ground. So 14 from the first over, and New Zealand 14 without loss. Deep backward square on the boundary. Guptill goes over point. Didn't quite get that one. He was looking to hit that a lot straighter. Pick up 2 and won't come back for 3, but it might have been just a little bit of swing here, Danny.
Well, he's made up his mind, isn't he, Guptill? If anything's slightly up in that drivable length, he's going to go through with the hands. So he set that stall out early. I think that's what the strategy has been.
That is big. That has gone a long way from Martin Guptill. He got the length and he put it away over the boundary.
Well, the lovely thing about this stroke, look at it, he didn't try and smash it. He just had a nice little flourish, little flow, and it went 92 metres. Lots of bottom hand and a little flick. And away she went. Beautiful. Lovely little close of the face right at the last split second, but nice extension, and it's caused a change in the field.
Uses variations well. And that's quite a nice variation too, to pick up a boundary for Brendan McCullum.
Yeah, they would have studied Raymond Price. They would have looked at the fields. That's the job of the computer analyst these days. And Brendan McCullum would have reckoned, well, where best can I get a boundary of Raymond Price? And he's played the reverse sweep here to perfection.
11 overs gone, 43 without loss. Ray Price to continue. Outside edge. That will run away, and will run away for 4.
I think you mentioned it earlier on your earlier commentary, Dooley, about what about a slip? And when your premier bowler's bowling and you're having to win a game of cricket, why wouldn't you have a slip in there from the start? And yeah, it's easy in hindsight from up here in our ivory tower, but I tell you what, you're not going to restrict them. You need to bowl them out. That's over mid-off. That's a really good shot. He was very quickly down the wicket, Brendan McCullum. Brings up 50 for New Zealand. He's been biding his time, found the right delivery, and pounced on it. Yeah, New Zealand will be mindful as well that they want to win this as emphatically as possible. And there's a big shot. It's up in the air. It should go all the way. And does. Effectively air conditioning bomb.
It's a good shot this, and has used his feet to good effect. When he's come down the pitch and looked to hit over the top, he's done so successfully. Reverse sweep, played well all along the ground and gotten for 4.
Really good shot. Playing with the spin, doesn't try and hit it too hard. That's the key. Keeps his balance, just use the wrist at the last second, a flick of the wrist, and he has to get it past one man. McCullum has 41 from 60 deliveries. Guptill, who started beautifully, hitting straight down the ground, has 49 of 67 deliveries. Far too easy for New Zealand. That'll be 50 for Guptill in 68 deliveries, 3 4s and 2 6s.
Well, it's just going to keep going this way with the field a whole lot out. An edge, 2 sounds there. They're thinking about it. Absolutely nothing to lose. They're going to have a little check, but I'm pretty sure that I heard something off the stump microphone. Does he nick it? He does. Perhaps would look at that again to see if it's onto the pad before the bat. If it isn't, it's missing the wickets. So no trouble. The decision of not out is upheld.
Outside edge will pick up another boundary. You'll have the luscious green outfield in India, but it still continues to be pretty quick.
Yeah, these spinners have bowled okay. They've just got no score to defend. Again, that delivery, this pitch is starting to turn a bit. They're not just firing it in. That delivery just turning. And it was squirted away on the offside. He was trying to go a little bit in front of square, but he'll take the boundary.
I've just been told that out of the 74 umpire decisions that were reviewed, 22 were reversed. So they got 52 right on the field, and technology came in and changed 22 of the 74 decisions made by the umpires on the field.
100 comes up for New Zealand, 100 partnership obviously from the openers. I don't have a problem with that actually. Umpires will get used to it. They'll get used to the decision being reviewed. Yeah, they're under pressure, but that's how it should be. Players are under pressure, got to deliver under pressure. Now, will there be another review here? I think he was outside the line.
This is where the smartness of Taibu as the keeper has come in. He's quickly told the bowler that he spun a bit too much, may have missed the off stump as well. The bowler was genuinely excited. Left to him, I'm sure he would have gone for the DRS, but a quick little gesture from the keeper discouraged him. Good delivery to finish the over. 23 overs gone, 100 for no wicket. Oh, lovely shot. What a beautiful sound that bat made on that occasion.
Yeah, I said it. I think he fancies the medium paces. The way he started up first few overs today, and now with the very first delivery, from Chigumbura. Well, his second delivery, first one wide. Sweet striker of the ball.
Oh, he's gone straight for the side screen. The fielder at long on also slipped, so he didn't move an inch. That brings up the 50 for Brendan McCullum. Decisive blow to get to that landmark.
Well played, Brendan McCullum. Just acknowledging the dressing room and the crowd. Very circumspect by his standards. Only striking at just under a 67 around that stage of strike rate. Remember his career strike rate's almost 90. Look at this, it's well and truly under 70. But well played.
Bangladesh are 51 for 6. Danny? West Indies, of course, doing a good job there with the bowling. This is how he got to his 50. Brendan McCullum. Nice and straight. Good place to go. No fielder there. He's never been.
Best time to bat. Bat first, Ducker. Here we go, down the track again, and it's 4 more. Quick on his feet, McCullum. And he danced down and just punched it straight past long off.
He's got his own unique style, isn't it, Danny? The way he drives. Just watch that right foot go in the air. It's a very firm sort of planting of the front foot, and that right foot just goes in the air to add a bit of flair to the shot. Some turn on that occasion for Creamer.
McCullum waltz. Waltz down the track. Flick of the back leg and pump it down the ground. All very easy.
Goes for the pull shot. Just came onto him a bit too quickly, but he had that covered. That's why the excitement, the bowler and keeper.
He has been undone a bit like that. Front foot boundaries, and the yellow you can see there, pulsating. He's got a few of those too, Guptill today. Got the little edges down through third man off the spinners. But I've been impressed with him. He's been patient as well.
Yeah, these are impact points against spin with McCullum. And all those yellow balls that you see are the boundaries, so he's gone towards the spinner to play the drive onto the pitch of the ball to get the boundaries in. 126 for no wicket.
As we just see another lovely stroke. He'll go for 4 quite comfortably. It's 135 put on now. Is the best partnership. So the best for this World Cup of 2011. Haddon and Watson put on 133, so they've gone past that. So this is the best opening stand of this World Cup.
What a great shot that was from McCullum. Loves to use his feet against the spin. There again, gets to the pitch of the ball. Really a very good shot.
Guptill 75, McCullum 68. They want to finish this off together. And no wickets down at the end, and a couple of little not outs to give themselves a little bit of confidence heading in towards the Pakistan game. Palakili, Candy, of course, in Sri Lanka. And tough proposition, that one up against Pakistan. He looked very good in beating Sri Lanka. That has gone. Boy, it's length and put away. Nasser Hussein's just come into the seat. He's probably far better qualified to explain that than Danny Morrison is.
No, you're picking the wrong one there. I'd love to hit the ball that far. Crikey, what a shot. Out of nowhere, it looks like McCullum wants to get back to his hotel room. 150 comes up with this 6, right out the screws. Stand and deliver. Big one.
Just made a great sound. Longest boundary, 88 metres that one. Guptill hit one early, a little longer. He knew it straight away too. Yeah, I think so. New Zealand would have needed it and wanted it. They were poor against Australia. I think it'll give them some confidence. The bowlers in particular, Southee and Mills, bowled well with the new ball, but because Zimbabwe were, as you said, pretty poor, it's tough to get a real gauge on it, but you can only do what you need to against the opposition you're playing. And if New Zealand knock this off without losing a wicket, they bowled well, batted well, so the confidence spreads through the team. That's the major hurdle, that they lost a lot of confidence in that Australian game. Minds perhaps were elsewhere with what was going on back home. The thoughts with a lot of people back in Christchurch. This has been an emphatic performance so far today. 155 without loss. Now they beat Kenya by 10 wickets, chasing only 69 in that match. And they did that in 8 overs. McCullum and Guptill. So they've had a good win and a poor loss. Back that up with a good win. They've got games slightly closer together now in the second half of the tournament, as they are for most of the teams.
McCullum's an opener. He's a game changer for me. He can't be hiding down the order, or New Zealand can't hide him down the order. He's an outstanding player. He might only come off 1 in 5, but he is an outstanding striker of the ball. And I think if New Zealand are going to go far in this tournament, they need to play positive cricket with the bat. Sit in with the ball, choke with the likes of Styris and maybe Oram and Vittori and the spinners, but attacking with the bat.
I read a comment from John Wright saying that he didn't think New Zealand had ever had a more attacking top 5. When you look at Jesse Ryder at 3, Taylor at 4, Styris at 5, they have to fire on the big stage. Cut away, that'll be 4.
Just 2 needed now. Walk in the park for the openers. Lamb was attacking, he brought the men up, he's bringing all his men up. Just a hint of width, a fraction short. And Guptill too good.
Good try, play, Levy!
Just the 2 men on the boundary. And they're trying to draw this out as much as they can. Single off the last ball, scores are tied up. It's 162 without loss. Seven runs from the over. Last over. And Lamb, he's finished with 5 overs for 18. I say finished. Just Zealand should pick up the single required off this over. Just the 1 run required now. Guptill on strike, he's on 82. I won't take it. No point in getting run out now. Bouncer. Martin Guptill finishes it in style. 1 bounce and away to the boundary for 4. Much like he got things underway in just the first over of the New Zealand chase. It was a very comfortable win for New Zealand by 10 wickets.
Quite a few sides had this down as a possible upset. New Zealand showed everyone that by far the classier side here today. Very disciplined with the ball, excellent in the field, and the openers again, like they did against Kenya, with high skill and a lot of aggression. See New Zealand home with 10 wickets to spare and over 16 overs. Very one-sided game. Zimbabwe will be very disappointed with the way they batted. New Zealand just reminding everyone that they have a very good World Cup record and they're not going to let that go.
Few New Zealand supporters in the crowd. And they're very happy with that performance, as will the folk back home. After the disappointment in Nagpur against Australia, something to cheer about on a Friday night. Back in New Zealand, I'm sure Daniel Vittori, John Wright and the crew will be very happy with this performance.